The Cursed Dead.
All right. We're going to talk about your guys' line, The Cursed Dead.
But the Djinn is a genie, and he's one of the demons. We have 3 of them, and they're the and that's his lamp at the bottom, which is a king's skull,
and it's articulated also. So
that's wild.
It hinged and opens up.
Yeah.
So the Djinn comes with 2 heads: the Djinn head, the articulated jaw skull head, and then he comes with 7 hands total. So 3 sets of hands plus 1 specific hand to hold the lamp, because the grip hand was a little bit goofy looking holding the lamp, and the open kind of what I call like the Force lightning claw kind of hand. It just didn't hold it well enough. So the Djinn 7 hands total.
Yeah.
He gets a unique one.
Gordy is the next basic figure.
Gordy is like a fan favorite. This is one that like everyone is the 2 fan favorites, Gordy and then Dr. Crane, which I know Ryan is a fan of.
Yeah, Gordy's it's the one that's like paint by numbers horror story. You know, kid is got some problems. Yeah, his parents own a farm. They sell pumpkins. Kid's tortured by the local street toughs. They kill him in the pumpkin patch, and comes back as this thing. And every time he exacts his revenge, another face appears in the skull.
That's a heartbreaking story.
We got 3 in there. At the end, it would be covered. There might be another head coming for that one.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is like, you know, if for additional items or, you know, accessory packs, whatever we end up doing, but like Gordy could come with additional heads with more faces carved into them. He also comes with the skull head. The skull head is in that green paint to match his body. It makes like for a really creepy looking like zombie-ish kind of character in general. But yeah, Gordy was one where it's like when Phil first showed me the sculpt and then Punker Mike painted it, I was like, oh, it's cool. It's got like cool Halloween vibes. But yeah, as soon as I read the backstory, I was like, that already sounds like a movie that like, it's like I could have been reading the back of a VHS box. Like it just sounded like it was ready to go.
Awesome. Then we got the hate
and rage. So those are the other 2 demon characters in the initial wave 1. So it's the overarching storyline is demons versus the other monsters. So it would be Djinn, hate, and rage are the demons. Hate and rage are the demon brothers. So I don't. Phil was mentioning with the blue orb is a story element with the demons, and with the Djinn that you showed previously, it's the blue orb is in his lamp, and then with hate and rage, they each have it integrated into their head sculpt. So hate has it in his forehead, and then rage actually has it trapped in his mouth. And the idea with these guys is they're demons that are summoned by, you know, powerful people to help them win wars or battles over, you know, the course of centuries. And it always backfires, and they're destroyers. You can't control them. So the idea is that, you know, you summon one, and then you have to summon the other to take down the other, you know.
Now, what would you say to collectors that say that these are an affront to the Lord?
I think that most of our toy line probably is.
You're right. Yeah. You are right.
It's definitely, I mean, like that's all of my family members and my wife's family members are pretty horrified by this toy line in general. So yeah.
I did 8 years in Catholic school, dude. That's why I've come up with all this stuff.
Oh yeah, my dad tells me horror stories about Catholic school.
Yeah, I'm old enough to where they still beat us.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad told me he saw a kid get his head put through the chalkboard one time. I'm like, oh my God. That's like
I got punched a couple times. I got hit with rulers.
Jeez.
But the worst one of all was this nun who looked like Tom Hanks. And she washed my mouth out with soap and it was the old, like the powder soap.
Oh,
She got like the brown paper, pumped out that powdered soap, worked it up, spent so much time on this guy, and then did the soft good work, and then turned it in because I've always loved The Fly. It's like one of my, as a kid, I was blown away by it. Of course, Baxter Stockman. I worked in the Turtles when I was a kid. I just wanted to make a Fly that was just way more intense.
I mean, it's more intense. You went full legit disgusting on this guy. He's got maggots coming out of his back there.
Yeah.
He's got a rotted human hand on his wrist.
Yes.
Like this thing is
the back
gnarly.
of his head has teeth too from when he mutated from his human form. Like it's like there's some nasty stuff.
I wish I could zoom in, but it's a slideshow. I can't do that. But this is hands down my favorite one. I love The Fly too. I'm talking about the Jeff Goldblum one.
Yeah, no, I do too.
Yeah.
Oh man, love that. I mean, all that's every iteration of The Fly has ruled, dude.
Yeah. And I love the whole like mad scientist thing too. I've always liked that since I was a kid.
Me too. So that's why
there's two of them.
There's two. I did two nods to it, and I figured that these guys would be in our story, like not necessarily fighting, but working to make things, more beneficial to the modern side.
Like Dr. Scante.
Yes.
That's the other one.
Yes.
He's got the 50s kind of sci-fi vibes, like Ultraman villain or something along those lines. You can see his crazy ray gun. He also comes with 2 heads, 3 sets of hands. He's got a backstory that I really encourage everyone to read and then maybe visit Urban Dictionary if they don't fully understand some of the backstory, because there's some interesting stuff in there.
I like that.
So what's Dr. Scante's backstory? Can you?
He was working on a super soldier formula to create soldiers that didn't sleep or that could get hurt. And while he was making it, the lab exploded and he turned into this thing because he was working with lobster polymers and you've heard of like the zombie lobster thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So working with all that, he turns into this and now he can't talk and he just whistles and clicks until he can find his humanity.
Never sleeps.
And he never sleeps. And it's been done, but 80s videotape. But it'll have a door that you can open so you can see the plastic and see the figures inside and not know what's inside. Load out from the bottom so that the collector can take them out and put them back and without ripping the package of shit. And it's basically the Cursed Dead is like an anthology videotape. And on the back, it's all the different episodes or the different stories within the movie. And each one is its own kind of what was the one that we were discussing? Tales from the Crypt. Like each one.
Right. So that's Dr. Scante, and then Krankle.
The Krankle is an alien who's absolutely like banished from his home planet. Finds the culture of the world here, and he gets really into Santa Claus. So he gets so into the Santa Claus lore, and he's demented. So he decides that he wants to help Santa. So he knows that the one thing Santa really doesn't like is that kids stay up late to catch a glimpse of him. So he's taking it upon himself to dress like his idea of what Santa is, because it doesn't look anything like him, and take kids that stay up late to look at Santa and skin them and take their eyes and put them on his Christmas tree.
It's
oh my god.
Okay. Stuff of nightmares.
It is warped.
Okay, so there is Krankle, and then you've got Wendigo. And this guy has
the Wendigo, it's lore. It's actually old school, very old school. So you get cursed with the Wendigo and you have an insatiable hunger. And that's how people they would start going and killing people. I think it was based in like people just losing their minds
This is about to get gross again, guys, because Phil's going to tell you about his head.
But so the story is rich guy is hunting a deer, gets stuck in a cave. something's in the cave. He goes and he finds it, and it's the curse. He gets cursed, and he gets the insatiable hunger. And that's why his lips are gone, because he's eaten through them. That's why the scratches on his face are him like scratching and eating.
Ugh.
And that's why the arm is in the package as like a, it's got frostbite on it too on the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to the story.
It's really nasty.
It's nasty.
Yeah. He's a cannibal, monster cannibal. Yes.
But yeah,
Right.
I mean, you kind of touched on it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Back it now.